And now it's time to set off on your virtual journey. Here, in China, at the Qianlong Garden of the Palace Museum in Beijing.
Hello, everybody. This is Liu Chang. I am an associate professor at the Tsinghua University in Beijing. And more importantly, I'm with you today because I also serve as the country representative of the World Monuments Fund in China. And I would like to show you the Qianlong Garden and the works that the World Monuments Fund has been contributing in the past 20 years. The Qianlong Garden is small, rather small, in contrast with the size of the Forbidden City. And it's located in a precinct of the Forbidden City, and that precinct is called the Palace of Tranquility and Longevity. And the district was designed and constructed for the retirement life of the Emperor Qianlong in the 18th century. And here we are in front of the garden. Now we have the front gate. And inside the front gate, we can see the rockery works. The garden, you can see, in Chinese concept, is quite different from the Western concept, which covers not only the natural elements, but also the buildings and different paths going through the buildings to let people to appreciate different feelings of the garden. Okay, then we are in the second courtyard, which is very humble residence courtyard for general people, never for the emperor. But Qianlong loved this so much, and he decided to reside in this courtyard for his daily life. And in the future, this plain set of buildings will be the visitor center for the entire garden. Here we're in the highest building in the garden. The name is Fonu. It can be translated as the building of fulfilling original wishes. And the layout of this building, the plan of it, is so interesting that it has 4 thrones facing 4 directions: south, north, east, and west. In ancient texts, the emperor would live in different rooms, facing different directions, different seasons, and finally to pray to the heaven on the upper level. There are lots of interesting craftsmanship in this building you can find. Here we can see a bamboo street marquetry, lacquered gauze with patterns on it to decorate this part. And this technique is so extraordinarily made that we can hardly find it elsewhere. Now we have climbed up to the top level of the Belvedere. And if you look up, you can see in the middle of the space, there's a dragon ceiling coated with gold. And this is a very unique dragon ceiling. The uniqueness is because it's the only dragon ceiling that has been treated by conservators in the Palace Museum. And this ceiling has been untouched until 2014, and we have a WMF consultant came and together with the Palace Museum people, with craft students, we treated the dragon ceiling. You can enjoy a lot of wonderful views from this Belvedere, and I don't know how often the emperor came, but it's definitely true that whenever he came, he must have achieved calmness, and he must have the feeling of viewing achievement. The entire conservation project started here. It started in the year of 2000. This studio actually has 9 bays on the facade, and 5 bays in the east part is an reception place and living space. And the west part is a theater. You are immediately caught by the details of the decorations. Like here, bamboo thread marquetry, jade inlay, and double-sided embroidery. And here, the bamboo inner husk carving of 100 deers and trees and mountains, and on the upper floor, 100 birds and flowers and leaves. So all the details is so well made, and the technique is very hard to be found nowadays, and it spent years for us to find a capable craftsman to make this kind of things. And here we are in the Emperor's bedroom. From the archives, we can tell that on this area raised platform, there was quills and pillows recorded and curtains recorded, so we inferred that it must be his only bedroom in this space. Well, here, a set of mirrors. The mirrors is made in the shape of standing screens. We have two here. We have one mirror is an ordinary mirror, and the other one is an openable door. And you can open this door and go into the west part of this building. Finally, we're standing in the theater of the emperor. It's a very personal theater. So this is silk-based trompe-l'oeil painting. And this painting is linear perspective. It's not Chinese at all in the 18th century, but very Western. So it recalls the Western priest's contribution to the court. You can see the pavilions in the courtyard, and cranes and the remote mountains in the background of the stage. So it's endless garden depicted. The emperor would come, stay and enjoy the life, and finally go through the moon gate painted on the wall to go into the endless garden of his. It's the endless happiness he would appreciate, he would enjoy after his retired life. I think that means a lot to him. The space is not only a marriage of the West technique and Chinese tradition in the 18th century, but also a possible marriage for the international standard conservation with Chinese techniques nowadays. So I decided immediately to take part in this enterprise. So it's our plan to open it soon, hopefully next autumn. If we can achieve that goal, I think if I meet someday the Emperor Qianlong in the heaven, I will be happy and confident to say that we have preserved your garden.